Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. Listen, today I'm going to be talking about the election year, and it's going to be an interesting year. But I have a couple of gentlemen here are going to tell you why they think Trump has the upper hand, and most of it is Democratic self-inflicted wounds. And I'm not going to play too much. I'm going to put their what they say in the link in my description. But first, before I get started with what they have to say, listen, I kind of agree with them. I think the migrant crisis that the Democrats have created or exacerbated, because they didn't create it, I'll be fair, but they let it just spiral out of control, is going to come back to bite the hell out of them because they hurt a lot of people who were their dedicated constituents. They really crushed a lot of people in those sanctuary cities by taking their tax dollars and giving it to strangers. So listen, before I get started, I'm gonna show you this. This is not gonna be a real long video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell and hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. No matter how long you stay, hit the like button, hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And so without further ado, I'm going to start with Stephen A. Smith. He likes some politics, so he's going to come in and do a little bit. We'll play a couple of minutes of what he has to say, put his link in the description, and then we're going to come back with Brother Philip Scott, who has a 2020 speech by Donald Trump that's going to blow your mind because he predicted the future. So here goes. Stay tuned. Let me get that out the way. Let's go. All right.
Donald Trump's going to be the next president of the United States. If this kind of stuff that I'm reading continues to happen in American cities, Donald Trump is a shoo-in for re-election, even if he's a convicted felon. Now, that's a damn shame. But somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it. Did you read the story coming out of New York City? Did you read it? Involving Mayor Adams, Eric Adams, who I'm a fan of, by the way. I like him. But I don't like the story that I read over the weekend. And I think it's a story that can't be ignored. And it's talking about how $53 million in prepaid credit cards are in the process of being distributed to migrant families. Now, I understand what people are thinking about, what they're wondering about here, because they're saying to themselves, what's the problem if you're on the left? There's a big problem if you're on the right. No, it ain't that simple. We have to understand that we don't want people eating out of garbage cans. We don't want people starving. We don't want people separated from their children and children separated from their parents. We don't want this. We don't want to be cruel and inhumane. But illegal immigration has become incredibly pervasive since the Biden administration has taken office. We all know that he's capitulated to the extreme left. And even though we wouldn't say specifically and definitively that the borders are open, every time you turn around, particularly in states like Texas and Arizona, and to a lesser degree, California, it is an extreme problem. Well, guess where else it's a problem? It's a problem in New York City, my home. And I got to tell you something right now. If it wasn't for my daughter being there, I'd be gone. Don't like what I'm seeing. But it's not just because of migrants or illegal immigration. It's because it's mayhem. Folks don't know how to act. It's not an accident that the former president keeps bringing up law and order, law and order, law and order, because Those are catchwords. Those are the kind of things that make you go to the polls and vote out of fear. And it works. Throughout history, it has worked. But now this is a different kind of fear, but a fear tinged with frustration. Because when you hear about migrants receiving $53 million in prepaid credit cards, the Eric Adams administration in the mayor's office in New York City will tell you it's going to save about $600,000 a month. But that's not how poor people are looking at it. You know what black poor people are looking at it like? You know what Latinos who happen to be poor that arrived in this country are looking at it like? Where that money come from us? I could have used it. I could use the extra $500 a month. I could use the extra $1,000 a month.
Let me stop it right there, okay? I just wanted to give you a little snippet of where he's coming from, and you got the point, I'm sure. I don't see how anybody's going to be happy with the decisions that were made in New York or in Chicago or in Denver or anywhere else where they in Boston is coming up now. And anywhere they call themselves sanctuary cities, the citizens are being displaced by illegal, not just legal, but illegal immigration. Known criminals are coming through, beating the cops in New York City. And there's been ordinance in New York where the cops can't even talk to ICE to deport the bad guys. This is a lot of ammunition for Trump. And just like the Democrats are playing politics trying to get a bill passed after 4 years of disaster, they're trying to get a bill passed so the politicians who are running for office in the Democrat side can use this and say, oh, look what we've done. We solved the problem, where they've let the problem fester and pus and pusculate for the last 3.5 years. And so Trump is telling the Republicans, if you're stupid enough to pass a bill to give them this upper hand, you're going to lose the election come November. And even though this should never, ever, 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 ever be a partisan issue protecting American people, our politics has digressed so much that the people of the United States, our citizenry, is secondary to these stupid politicians fighting each other for who has the tug of rope past the white line. All these people are absolute disaster. We need a third party. We need an independent party. We need something other than Democrats and Republicans, because voting for the lesser two evils, it's something I'm sick about doing. And like I said before in a different video, I will never vote for Biden because he's done more to harm black people than Trump ever will. But Trump poses a different threat to democracy, but not the way the Democrats are saying, by fear. Because he had 4 years in already, and a lot of people did prosper. You know, COVID really just derailed him, or else he might have won the second term. Anyway, so I got another video for you, and it's Trump giving a speech in 2020, and he sounds like Notre Dame. All right, so here it goes.
Talking about in this particular speech during his State of the Union back in 2020. Let's go ahead on and get that rolling.
Over 130 legislators in this chamber have endorsed legislation that would bankrupt our nation by providing free taxpayer-funded health care to millions of illegal aliens, forcing taxpayers to subsidize free care for anyone in the world who unlawfully crosses our borders. These proposals would raid the Medicare benefits of our seniors and that our seniors depend on, while acting as a powerful lure for illegal immigration. That is what is happening in California and other states. Their systems are totally out of control, costing taxpayers vast and unaffordable amounts of money. If forcing American taxpayers to provide unlimited free health care to illegal aliens sounds fair to you, then stand with the radical left But if you believe that we should defend American patients and American seniors, then stand with me and pass legislation to prohibit free government health care for illegal aliens.
So this is a valid question. What countries can I go to illegally and get free rent and free healthcare and $1,000 cash card and a new iPhone? If somebody could tell me that so I could take my house to another country, because I'm tired of paying rent. And you telling me like, can I leave the border and come back over with no ID and get the can I just need some help? If Canadians, can you tell me what the law is for Americans claiming asylum in Canada, please? Thank you.
Wow. Trump predicted that
Fair use.
right down the middle. But
I'm gonna put
it's
that
even
right.
worse than what he predicted.
Fair use.
So
Fair
let's
use.
talk about the main thing that he predicted was the health care. You can see on the screen, California becomes the first state to offer health insurance to all undocumented immigrants. That was titled December the 29th, 2024. So if you are a resident of the state of California and you can't even get health care, migrants can get health care over you, don't have to pay anything.
Let me stop that right there. I mean, that's ominous, isn't it? That's an ominous prediction, and he was absolutely right. We're living through it right now. And and like I said, you vote for who you want to vote for, but how in the world do you bring the same guy back who allowed all of this stuff to happen? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I just don't understand the mindset. You know, again, of course, the Democrats are trying to get a new voter base, right? Maybe not for 2024, but for the future. And guess who they're trying to displace? You, black man, you, black woman. You know, you got to sit down and understand the okie doke. We're supposed to be, the kind of people who can understand when we're being played. And we're being played big time. So aren't you sick of that? I'm not saying go out to vote for Republicans. I'm just saying we've got to stop giving our votes to Democrats. That's what I'm saying. So anyhow, listen, I'm not going to be too much longer. I just wanted to get that out. And I wanted to put this out to you. You vote for who you want to vote for. But I can tell you right now, Biden is never going to get my vote. And he could take Kamala Harris with him. You know? So listen, you could be afraid of Trump all you want, but the early predictions are going to probably be in his favor. And just like Stephen A. Smith said, that even if he's convicted, because all of those trials are going to happen after the election. They are. Fannie Willis made sure of that by her stupidity. So all I can say, man, is we're in dire straits because we got this silent generation guy against an old baby boomer. And, it's the same old tactics. We need to have fresh blood in here with fresh ideas. And we need to get out of the wars. We need to get a peace dividend. We need to do all kinds of stuff. We got to stop the genocide that's going on. And we got to stop the thing going on over there in the Ukraine and get a peace dividend for American people. That's what we need. Anyway, our pain, marriage, politics, and sports. Over and out.